And good morning, everyone. All about the Gyro here. And it's time to answer the big question. Hey, Gyro, what are the two cars you're going to drive this season for GT4 and GT3? Well, it definitely was not planned this way, but it's just so happens that it has. For the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge, we're going to be racing the McLaren 570 GT4. And for GT3 racing, we're going to be in the McLaren MP4 12C. The reasons are very diversified. They're almost day and night. Over in the GT4 side, the Cayman's weight gain of 15 kilograms has really made that car not nearly as good as it was. It feels like all the weight's in the doors. And it just doesn't drive right, doesn't feel right. It's off. It's the best way to describe it. It's off. And the McLaren feels a little bit more unified, a little bit more tight, so to speak. And after driving around Red Bull Ring, I said, you know what? There's an opportunity to learn a new car and to further myself. With the promotions and all that, I went up one division. I now am from 8 to 7. And our goal is to get into 5 or to 4. So, yeah, I'm happy with the progress I made in season 3. Now, the next division is in the 1100s, I believe, is the next division, which is Division 6, from looking at the splits. So, the GT3 side is a little bit more convoluted, and it comes down to basically these things. CSS and PDS are no longer making Ford sets, so can't race the Ford. We've raced the Lamborghini last season. Still a very good car. Definitely is the fallback position if the McLaren experiment is not working the way as desired. The BMW is definitely better, but Road Atlanta really showed that for both the Mercedes and the BMW, you need to run it with high downforce for that car to really have some turn of pace in it. Good cars, mind you, but the BMW is still pushing a little bit. Like, it has understeer issues still, even though it is better. Mercedes is in the same lot as well. If anything, I expect that to have even more understeer issues with the standardized cambers and casters that have now been put in. Now, this is at Road Atlanta. It's being ran in sim at 8 a.m. So nice, cool track temps. Hot tracks may be a very different story, and I expect both of those cars to rise up in preference and in performance on the hot tracks. Then you have the Ferrari. The Ferrari definitely looks improved from last season. I would say for Road Atlanta, it's the dark horse car. It could surprise some people. So it's definitely sound, but we drove the GTE variant of it last year. It would feel like I'm having more of the same, which I'm not so necessarily keen on. Then you have the Audi. Now, the Audi was my pre-season choice of vehicle. yes, I was going to buy the Porsche. I have bought the Porsche. I have raced the Porsche. And on certain circuits, the Porsche is definitely OP. Watkins Glen, Spa, Suzuka, Phillip Island, as in flowing circuits, the Porsche is the car to be in. This hands down, don't at me, put it that way. However, on circuits that require either a little bit less downforce or a little bit more downforce than the medium, the Porsche is not nearly as good as people think. You're going to have to learn how to trail brake that car well. You have to chase that car to get all the performance out of it. Great car, mind you, but it's a driver's type of car. And yes, everyone's using it at Road Atlanta. You know, it's the herd mentality. But I think as the season goes on, you may see some of those drift away into other cars. Now let's talk to Audi. So originally, when I looked at what do I want to drive, I had 4 cars on the list. I had Audi, Lambo, Porsche, McLaren, for very different reasons. The Audi still has that wonderful rear end rotation to it that many have grown to love and cherish. But the front end just feels terrible. The best way to describe it is you turn the car and it's that recalcitrant teenager who goes, "Oh, you wanted me to do that? Okay, fine. There, I did it." Like, devoid of feel, emotion. It almost, for me at Road Atlanta, felt like I was driving concrete cinder block. It just didn't inspire. Now, it's the best way to describe it. And so that leads to the Maka. Maka is a fun car. We've never participated in it in a full season. And it's not a bad car. With the set makers basically washing their hands of Ford to take on the new shiny thing, being the Porsche, the McLaren is now kind of the old man of the division that's still being supported. So it kind of made sense to give this car a full season, just because its day may come too where the set makers may drop away from it. Remember, the Lexus GT3 is still scanned and may be released next season, may never be released. But McLaren would be the next target because it is an older car in sim. So it just made sense to drive the Maka. I did a practice session Sunday night, and I am 1.2 seconds faster in the Maka than I am in the Lamborghini around Road Atlanta, which is a lot of pace. I was getting into times where I went, yeah, I am at or better than my skill level. We were in the 120s. And a lot of drivers that were 2K was only half a second up the road. And I'm running mine on full fuel load and things thereof. I can find a half a second in race conditions. That I'm not worried about. So I'm looking forward to this challenge. It's going to be different, but different is a good thing. That's it, my friends. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. And I will see you over on my Twitch channel later today as we start the Season 3 campaign. God bless.